Yeah, hit start streaming once. If you hit it again, it stops streaming. It's streaming the actual thing, so just hit start.
Hello, BHS.
I'm John.
And I'm Roxalana.
Today is Thursday, January 20th, 2022.
And here's a message from Mr. Johnson.
We hope you have a great day. And see ya.
Good morning, everyone. So, this is a bit of a different announcement today, but I wanted to come to you and share a welcome because it's been almost 5 weeks since we last had everyone in the building. And I wanted to hopefully address some of your questions and concerns around the return because much has changed since we were last here on December 17th. So first thing I'd like to start off with is a thank you to our custodial staff. While the school was closed to staff and students yesterday, our custodial team was busy all around the building trying to clear out massive amounts of snow. And for any of you that were here on Tuesday, you could see how much snow there was in and around the school, and they worked tremendously hard yesterday to get all that cleared and make everything safe and accessible for us. The second group of people I'd like to thank is our teachers and support staff. The transition to online learning, or pivot as we say, is never an easy one, and I commend our teaching staff and our support staff for how quickly and efficiently they were able to make that transition. And even as we've gone through this week with sort of the unprecedented weather event, they've done a wonderful job of making sure that school was able to continue to the best of our abilities. And lastly, I'd have to thank you, our students. I can't imagine how difficult this must be for you in high school. For some of you, you have yet to experience a normal year of high school, and for others, you're ending your high school career in a way that you never imagined. And your persistence, your perseverance, your flexibility, and your eternal optimism is greatly appreciated. We know that this is difficult for you, and we will do everything that we can to help you through this as we look to brighter days ahead. So when I thought about this announcement, I broke it up into two separate areas. So basically, we are going to talk about things that have changed since you were last here on December 17th, and some things that have stayed the same. So the first change, I don't even know if I can call it a change anymore. We've switched back and forth so many times. But starting on February 1st, which was supposed to be the start of semester 2, that has changed back to quadmesters. So we will be starting on February 1st with quadmester 3, which means we will be continuing with 2 classes a day, one in the morning and one in the afternoon, for a period of 10 weeks or so. And then we will switch again later in the year to quadmester 4. So I know that some of you had been anticipating semesters, but please note that we have reversed course and are back to quadmesters for the remainder of the school year. The second thing that has changed is hopefully a short-lived change, and that is a pause on extracurriculars. All extracurricular activities, particularly all those in person, have been paused until we get some further direction from the province, which will likely take us through to the end of this quadmester. I think it was announced yesterday that some things may be opening up and some changes may be announced that will be effective January 31st, which would put us in line for the beginning of third quadmester. So for now, all extracurriculars in person are paused. The other thing that has changed is, again, something we've reversed course on, and that is your break time during your morning class and your afternoon class. If you remember from quadmester 1, individual classes sort of defined and determined their break time. And then in quadmester 2, we went to a common break time where the bell went at 9:45 and then went again at 9:50. We are going back to the quadmester 1 structure where teachers will give their classes a 5-minute break at some point in the morning and a 5-minute break at some point in the afternoon. We ask for your cooperation in ensuring that break is only 5 minutes long, as the reason for this change is to decrease congestion in the hallways and to decrease congestion in the bathrooms. Along those lines, the other change is to our school screening process. Many of you, hopefully all of you, were completing the school screening prior to the holiday break. And I hope that all of you noticed the change to the school screening process online when you did your school screening this morning. The school screening is absolutely essential for you to complete each morning before you come to school. I would ask teachers if you could please show students the COVID screening to make sure everyone knows how to access it. I will be posting the link in School Talk. I will be posting the link in Parents Corner. But the simplest way to access that link is simply type into Google Ontario COVID School Screening. Those 4 words will get you into the right place, and you complete that school screening. And please ensure that you are following the direction of the screening each and every day. So those are some things that have changed. Some things that have stayed the same. Lunchtime. So we are still asking students, if you can, please eat your lunch in your second period classroom. There are a few classrooms that students are unable to eat in, including our science labs, some of our tech classes, and those sorts of things. We ask those students to please eat in the cafeteria. If you are choosing not to eat in your second period classroom, we're not in the cafeteria, at this point, the only other option is outside. I understand that it is very, very cold outside. So if you run into a situation where you cannot find a place to eat lunch, please come to the office and we will be happy to help you. Although I will say that so far our cafeteria has not been at capacity, and we do hope that people eat in their period 2 classrooms, as a majority of the school is able to eat in their class. The other thing that has not changed is our masking requirements. What will change is our enforcement of those masking requirements. You are required to wear a mask at any time indoors in the school other than the designated eating times at lunch. Outside, we are not required to wear masks, although it is highly, highly recommended, specifically when a social distance of 6 feet cannot be maintained. Now, we know that we have lots of physical space here at Bowmanville High School outdoors, so students are able to maintain a distance of 6 feet. However, we know that students often choose not to maintain that distance, and if you are not maintaining that distance, please wear your masks. As mentioned earlier, we do expect students to wear their masks properly at all times, including in washrooms, in hallways, in classrooms, and any other indoor space within the school. There have been some people who have struggled to wear their masks properly, and we would hope that with the new announcement that all kindergarten students must wear a mask properly at all times during the school day, that our grade 9, 10, 11, and 12 students would be able to meet this expectation as well. Students who are unable to wear their mask properly during the school day will come down and visit us in the office, and we will have a discussion about what the next steps will be. And the last thing that has stayed the same is the message that you have heard for 22 months now, and that is please stay home if you are sick. We are doing everything that we can to get back to normal here at Bowmanville High School, and the more we can have your cooperation in staying home when you're not feeling well, doing that school screening, the better it will be for everyone, and the sooner we will be able to get back to normal. I will be placing more information about this with some stuff from Durham Public Health in the School Talk and Parents Corner groups in Edsby, so that you all have the same information. So there's only 5 days left in this quadmester. Today, tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. So we ask for your absolute best effort in wrapping up your courses and doing the best that you possibly can now that we are back in person for learning. Thursday and Friday of next week are credit completion days. Please ensure that no students are supposed to be in the building on those days unless it has been specifically prearranged with the teacher. Monday, the following Monday, January 31st, is a PA day. So after the last 5 days of this quadmester, we won't see you again until Tuesday, February 1st for the start of Quadmester 3. If you have any questions, please ask your teacher. Teachers, if you have questions that you're unable to answer, please send those to me in the office. And if there are questions that I can answer, that I can be of assistance with, I may come back on here tomorrow morning and help answer those questions. Otherwise, it's great to see everybody back here in the building. Hopefully we're back here for good now. And I hope you all have a great last few days of Quadmester 2. Thanks, everyone.